Hey, well, peace, peace, peace. This is Backbone, Dungeon Family First Generation, a.k.a. Dr. Bartholomew Funk. And I am the industry's most wanted.
Unorthodox, but the strap makes me walk, not need. As I proceed with the allegory, give a God the glory. I am the message in the essence, the book of Job. I was created in the image, but the connect gave me the word when it was time for money getting the pack in. Confidential intel. I'm gonna need a piece of each and every cell.
What's going on? It is your girl TampaMystic, and we are back with another episode of
Industry's Most Wanted.
Man, and I have got a legend with me today, the one and only Backbone. What is going on, family? How you doing today?
Hey, I'm grand and groovy. How are you this morning?
I'm grand and groovy as well. On this rainy, chilly morning in the A. But thank you for being here.
Yes, definitely. It's always a pleasure to sit down with you.
100%. It's been a while since you and I have had the opportunity to sit down, so I'm super excited about this conversation today so we can catch up and, people can understand what is going on with Backbone. Before we dive into all that, I just want people to know a little bit of history behind you, for maybe some of the youngins who may not be familiar. So we're going to dive in right there. You're one of the founding members of the legendary Dungeon family.
Indeed, indeed.
Man, and, of course, so much rich history behind the Dungeon family, not just here in Atlanta, but I want to say internationally.
Definitely.
Long live Rico Wade.
I say definitely the king.
Yeah, man. You're the one who let me know of his passing, and that was it was so sad. So, definitely prayers up always. Long live Rico Wade. So you're one of the founding members. Can you take us back to like those early days of what it felt like being a part of like Atlanta's musical rise, Atlanta's musical history?
Well, segueing back into the fact that we mentioned Rico Wade and his mother, Mama Wade, may they both RIP eternally, for them to accept us in such a manner, I know my parents wouldn't have allowed 20 of my people to be hanging out every day, making noise, being rambunctious, you know what I'm saying? And for them to do that was definitely something humbling. So I knew there in his own right, there was something special in the making, but we didn't know the magnitude in which this conglomerate would elevate musically and globally, and like you said, internationally, universally at this point.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it was definitely a beautiful experience seeing it come from that minimal, humble beginning to the cast being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now. So that's been a journey.
Tell us about the history of where the name The Dungeon Family came from, if you don't mind sharing.
Well, because the way it looked, we considered it the Dungeon, but we didn't call it the Dungeon. It was just the appearance, the atmosphere.
It was the basement of Mom's house.
Right, definitely. There wasn't no microphone. People always assumed that it was a microphone that we recorded vocals there, but we didn't record vocals at the Dungeon. All we did was make the rhythm and freestyle amongst each other. And Rico Wade will hustle up the money to take us to the best of the studios to record. You know what I mean? At that time, Bobby Brown owned the Boss Town, and that was before Outkast bought it and made it stank on you. And, we would go to all the elaborate studios here, Patchwork, Tree Sound, which is around the corner, all the tier studios. But, we just migrated together and made it some of what it is today,
And I feel like that's a part of the history a lot of people didn't know, that you guys didn't actually record there.
Right.
That's where all the ideas and everything came together, and then you went to the fancy studios to actually record. Okay.
Right. So, like you said, the name Dungeon, because it looked like it. So one day we were just sitting around in the dungeon, and Witch Doctor humbly said, "We more than a rap group. We are the Dungeon Family." That's where the name came from.
I love that. Absolutely, because you don't have to be blood to be family.
Right.
You guys were that close. And, I remember years back when I first met Rico Wade, I actually got to interview him probably 10 years ago. And then we started doing the Showcase series together.
Okay.
I just wish that we would have been able to do more.
remember those.
Yeah, it was called The Connect.
I remember that.
And he had me hosting with him, and that was such an honor that I'm not from Atlanta to be able to come in and do that. So, of course, long live Rico Wade and Mom. I know that there was a point in time where Big Boy maybe orchestrated it, where the home people were able to rent it out, kind of like an Airbnb type style. Is that still something that's in place?
Yes, definitely. It still is an Airbnb. He owns the original dungeon, and CeeLo actually owns the White House. That became the dungeon phase 2.
That is super dope.
We do have both houses within the family.
Got you.
Right.
I love that. That's a part of history. You guys need to own that.
Right, definitely.
So what keeps Backbone motivated to keep creating after 25 plus years in the game?
Waking up peacefully and knowing that I have a prophetic message to still deliver. You know what I mean? Fighting between my mortal self and my immortal self. You know what I mean? Walking that thin line. You know what I mean? Being sane and insane. You know what I mean? You have to have both dynamics. It's hard to stay focused on that straight and narrow. Sometimes the negative will pull more so than the positives. But you have to balance that. And you have to be disciplined enough mentally and psychologically enough to focus in those aspects.
You are absolutely right. I feel like we do have to have a little bit of insanity in us to keep doing this, because this music business is not easy.
Right.
And you came from an era where it was even tougher. We didn't have social media. We didn't have the digital streaming platforms.
Right.
Do you feel like it's a luxury now for some of these younger artists to have all these things in place compared to when you first came in the game?
Well, I feel like it's more so of a curse because we had the gift.
Yeah.
Because we had physical, tangible items to sell to people, something people could touch and hold, but they had to spend their money for it to obtain it. Now you can just listen to it, and it takes billions of streams to make a couple bucks. We knew when we sold those albums, we were getting what we were getting. It was contractually in there. And I'm going to drop a gem on you. If you came out pre-DSPs, they actually don't even own the rights to your music back then, because it's not in the contract for them to get that streaming royalty. So you have to be on top of your business in order to go get your money. You know what I mean? You have to do a catalog audit.
Okay. So that is a gem, definitely.
So you need an admin deal.
Right. And I feel like that's where a lot of artists that are coming into the business now lack, is the business side. They don't know what publishing is. They don't know what Sound Exchange is. They don't know what, they don't even know. Nothing.
Right.
Yeah,
and after, pardon me for interrupting.
Oh, no, you're good.
But after is actually sort of like our union, you know what I mean, for musicians. Because every time you go in the studio, you're supposed to submit a work order, and you get a residual check for that. But I don't even do it. But you're supposed to do that. Just like musicians.
A lot of money being left on the table.
Yes.
Let's be honest. Even like with artists going out and performing at a lot of these venues, they can get paid for that if they register it with their PRO company.
Right. But we missing out on all of that.
Yeah.
I'm guilty.
Y'all better go get your shmoney.
Definitely.
Come on, Backbone. Go get your shmoney.
Definitely.
Run him his coin.
Believe.
Do you feel like, being that you've been doing this so long, that there's different areas where there's money sitting around waiting for you to collect it?
Yes, definitely. That's why I'm building the team, so I can find those people that know how to do that, and I can go out and grab that. You know what I mean? Because my father was in the music industry, and I know he got coins left on the table. You know what I mean? Because he played with the greats like Paul McCartney, Johnny Taylor, Joe Tex. He was in their stage bands.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? And at that time, those musicians used to get paid before they started the work for hire scenarios. What they do now, they pay you for just coming in instead of you being part of the production. So I know he got money out there, because I've been told he had records that I ain't even heard of. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, wow.
So, and R.I.P. my dad too, though. So
yes,
it's all good.
Long live Pops.
I say.
Most definitely. So this is going to be a two-part question for you. First, what inspired the name Backbone, and how does it reflect your role in not only hip hop but the Dungeon Family movement?
Short story long. People don't know that in the beginning, Sean Paul and J-Bo, who were part of the Attic crew, Pretty King, Oddball, Shawty Put, all of them used to be at the dungeon. But there was so many of us, you had to be an assassin on the microphone to remain in the dungeon. So they eventually pulled away and went upstairs and formed the Attic crew.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Oddball and I were talking one day. He shortened his name. Now the Ball, shout out Ben Hill Ball. But he said, man, I think I'm gonna go over here with the form this Attic crew with these guys. He say, cause you been the backbone of this thing. And I said, he say, and I be sitting around feeling like an oddball. I say, that's it. I'll be backbone, you be oddball. And that's how I was born. And we said, we've been partners. And we all know that slick partner, that's my slick partner, is an adjective we use for friendship here in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So we named the group Slick Partner. But prior to that, we were called Kicking Up Dust. I was Stampede, he was Tumbleweed.
Okay.
So if you look at the Society of Soul album, it'll say featuring Stampede and Tumbleweed.
Okay, I didn't know that.
That's what my name is prior to Backbone. But I was actually Stampede at the dungeon at first.
Okay, so y'all getting all the history
Right.
today.
Right.
He taking you down memory lane. So Backbone has been your name for about how long though?
Well, ever since after the Society of Soul album. So whatever date that came out, we changed it in between that album, and I think it may have been Soul Food, because I think Southern Playalistic was out as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think it was in between that album and Soul Food. Yeah.
Got you. So it's been around for a
Right.
long time. Do you feel like if an artist is going to rebrand themselves and change their name, it's better to do it somewhere early on?
Well, it depends, because there's another group out here with the name Backbone, but I'm the original Backbone, so I can really tell y'all to chill out. Yeah, because history states that I was first.
Yes.
But I ain't gonna be no bully. I'm gonna let y'all ride for a minute, but when it becomes a problem, you will be hearing from a powerful attorney.
You know what the thing with that is before you decide upon a name, whether it's for yourself
Right.
or your business, you have to go and research to
Right.
make sure no one else has it. That's what I did. Like, my company is Mystics with an S, Mystics Entertainment, because I originally was going to go with Mystic Entertainment. When I did my research, there was already one out there.
Right.
So I was like, okay, well, obviously, I can't. So I just added the S on there. And it's like, why would you not go and do your research to make sure there's not? Because I'll look on Apple Music and there'll be, if I'm looking up an artist, there'll be 10 of them with the same name.
Right. That's what I did with Plateau Entertainment Group, my entertainment company. I made sure that there are Plateau Entertainments, but there are no Plateau Entertainment Groups. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I separated myself from the mockery.
I know that's right. So, kind of still staying on this rich history, because I just want to pick your brain for a little bit, because people need to know this stuff, right? What was the creative energy like working alongside Outkast, Goody Mob, Organized Noise during that golden era of Southern hip hop?
Oh, it was very, very, very competitive. And I still consider myself the best. You understand? Even though the world sees it differently. But internally, we know what's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sitting there next to Dre and him asking me how I articulate over rhythm the way that I do. You know what I'm saying? I said, because I don't rhyme to the beat. I rhyme to a sound that's within the beat, the emotion of it. I let the tracks tell me what it wants to say, because obviously it can't speak. I'm that instrument. So I have to verbalize and vocalize that.
Absolutely, because your voice is an instrument.
Thank you.
100%. Most definitely. Today in 2025, the Dungeon family who is still with us, everybody's still cool with each other?
Yeah, definitely. Just like within any family.
Yeah.
You might not want to go over your cousin's house this week, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They might have took their ball in the house and ran with it, you know what I'm saying? But eventually, you got to come to grandmama's house and sit down and fellowship, be eyeballing each other. But after we eat them buttermilk biscuits and, carve that turkey and all of that, everything be cool.
No, yeah, absolutely. And I feel like that happens in every scenario in life, whether it's family, friends, or people that become family along the way, because we all grow older. We have our own lives. We may have spouses, you know, whatever it may be. So, you know, understandably so. But that's good, though, that at the end of the day, you can still have that, like you said, that fellowship with each other.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, and then once you grow older, you understand it's more of a co-worker situation.
Right.
Now, there are friendships within the conglomerate, some that were decades old prior to even doing music together. Like CeeLo, I knew since he was 9.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I met Cujo and Gibbon T and them in high school. We didn't know anything about the Dungeon, but the stars aligned. And henceforth, we became the Dungeon family.
And then early on, Future was introduced into that scenario.
Right. He wasn't necessarily at the first Dungeon.
Right.
He came to the Phase 2 Dungeon.
Got you.
And he was so humble and shy about it. He'll tell you himself, it was so treacherous, us as MCs, and it was kind of standoffish because we were already locked in. You know what I'm saying? But he said finally, he didn't care. He not going back to the East Atlanta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He said he gonna stay here and make something of himself. And you see where he is now.
He's a mega superstar. Mega,
yes.
like you said, he's probably known in other galaxies.
Right, and still humble though.
Yeah.
Because when I saw him at Rico's rent party, that's what I call funerals. So
Yeah.
When I saw him moving, because he was moving into his new home, you know what I'm saying? He didn't act as if he was on that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He extended his hand to me and said, "Back." You know what I'm saying? So he's still humble in his essence. Even when we performed the other week at the One Music Fest, he humbly asked for Rico's sons to come on stage with him.
That's so beautiful.
You know what I'm saying? So he ain't forgot. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the most important things, man. When you level up like that, don't ever forget who you started with. Don't forget who helped you get to where you're at.
Definitely.
And a lot of people do. You'll never hear from them again.
Right.
But that just lets you know those are not your people.
Right, exactly.
How do you feel Atlanta's sound has evolved since those early days, early Dungeon family days?
Well, it's coming back to its essence. With the release of this single I have, Collection Plate, it's coming back to this essence because the OGs, we have to speak again.
Yes.
To bring order to this chaotic scenario because it became too vivid. At one point, hip-hop was a fascination. You can only imagine. But now these young MC, well, I ain't even gonna call them MC, these young rappers are taking it to the streets and making it into a physical altercation. That ain't what hip hop is about. You know what I'm saying? It was about peace, love, and happiness. You know what I'm saying? And a way out of the chaos, a voice of the chaos. You know what I'm saying? So we were just, ahead of our time with our message.
Yeah.
Some people call it prophetic. We were just speaking our truths. So the music, the infancy of the music now, it has no structure. So there are artists out here that have that structure and are of our DNA. But overall, the message of ignorance is being pushed and glamorized by the echelon 1%.
You are absolutely right.
Definitely.
Man, and I feel like, I don't know your age, but I feel like we're kind of in the same age bracket.
I'm over 5 decades.
Okay, me too.
Well over it.
Yeah, well, I'm just over it. I'm a hump over it. But we're still in the same age bracket. So we came from that same era of music. And, I'm from Florida, and I remember back in the 90s, Atlanta music had such a heavy influence on us in Florida. I was coming to Atlanta for Freaknik in the 90s. Y'all, I got to experience that. And I feel like it was such a beautiful time to be alive. And I thank God that I was old enough to experience it and appreciate it. Because a lot of people who were born in the late 90s, they were too young to experience it really and appreciate it. So, man, that is beautiful. Rich history right there.
Oh, definitely.
So, Concrete Law album, it was a classic.
Definitely.
Let's say, looking back, what do you think made that album so timeless and special, to the world?
Well, I dedicated it to my immediates. What I mean by my immediates are the people that I hustled with.
Okay.
I wanted to be able to have a voice for those guys. You know what I mean? Like, what's so ironic though, I still got homeboys that don't even know I do music.
Really?
That's how humble I played it, you know what I'm saying? But it was a dedication to those guys, and it was the dedication to my homeboy Spanky D. When we used to shoot dice, he would always say, 5 deuce 4 tray, 5 deuce 4 tray, what you bet? I say I'm right, so put down. But he was such a big guy, he couldn't get up every time throw the dice, so he was on all fours. You know what I'm saying? He stayed on that floor, holding that money. He used to get money, but tragically he was taken away from us. Before he could hear the song. So I created that in essence for him. And moving back and speaking back on my father again, when we produced the song, Rico produced the song, it had an electric bass on it, but it had strings in it. So I said, nah, that don't feel right. So I asked Rico if we could put a stand-up bass on it. And short story long, the guy they went and got, a brother named George Greer, he was in a band with my father. And I didn't even know that. But the energy of my father being on that record, a little bit more, 4 tray, 7, 5 deuce, 7. I'm talking about bucking back in life. But it's relative to a dice game. But as I grew more spiritually, I understand that the number 7 stands for spiritual completeness.
Yes, absolutely. So the song really does have a deep meaning behind it.
Yes, and it's evolving more and more as I, grow musically.
Let's fast forward. This new single called Collection Plate.
It's still relative, but if you think of the ideology behind the collection plate, what you do when you pass the collection plate.
Right, exactly.
Put that
money on there, because trust me, they don't want to see you pass it without a little money dropping on there.
That's the relevancy behind it, because I feel like I'm doing my best work now. You know what I'm saying? Like this entire album is the first single from the album Eternal the Flesh.
Yes.
Now, I may have a drink or two now.
Yeah.
I don't drink hard liquor.
Yeah.
I may sip a little wine.
Yeah.
I may guzzle a beer. But I wrote this entire project at the time sober. And I recorded it early in the morning. I wouldn't go to the studio after 4 p.m. I went at 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. because ain't no way I'm going to be up that early drinking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I said, let me, articulate this album in a different sense, in a clear mind, so I can get the people pure essence of emceeing. And I feel like definitely I know it's my best work.
I love that you did that, because that's a challenge for some artists. There are some artists who will not go in the studio unless they're high,
right,
have a bottle, and I'm not knocking it.
Right.
If that's what works for them, great.
Right.
But I love the fact that you somewhat challenge yourself, like you said, to do this in a completely clear mind.
Right.
Early in the day, it's still sunny outside, because that's like the complete opposite of what most people do. They're usually in the studio at 2, 3 in the morning, drinking, smoking, cutting up, whatever. But this developed your most solid body of work.
Yes, definitely. And it's actually Tetrad. It's a 4-part album. The first installment is Eternal the Flesh. Okay. Which is about my life in its pure essence, where I come from to where I am now.
Yeah.
The second installment is Eternal the Immaculate Reconception. Is where I have come from, and now I'm in a conceptual mind of thought. I'm thinking more about my actions because I know they, derive consequences.
Correct.
The third one is Eternal, the Transfiguration. I've elevated past all of those subconscious detrimental ways. I'm somewhere else now, even if they don't like it. My fleshly, my moral, all those things has transfigured to a higher essence of being. And then the fourth installment is Eternal, Eternal Natural Causes. Because all those things caused me to naturally evolve into the powerful entity that I am now. Because I pray for global dominance when it comes to this music being recognized. Because I feel like I'm the best. Matter of fact, I know it.
Absolutely. It's a matter of exactly. It's not if or when. It's like, I know.
Right. You have to live it.
We have to live it. We have to manifest it. I'm big on affirmations, like
Definitely.
what we speak, even what we think can come to fruition.
Definitely.
So it's like we have to be mindful of what thoughts we allow in our head.
Exactly.
What people we around allow us. You know, the energy could be off. And what we speak.
Definitely.
Stop speaking negativity and expecting positive results. It doesn't work like that.
I speak positivity every day, even when it's not in its presence.
Correct.
You know what I mean? I remember sitting at home one day. I didn't have $1, but I said, all my bills are paid. This bill is paid. So when I did get the money to pay it, the lady said, oh, that bill is paid in full. I'm like, who paid it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because I believe that much in that idea. So every day when I say this album has changed my life, this album has changed my life, and it will be recognized. I will tour the world. I will be the powerful voice that I was born to be. I'm already living in that quantum essence. I'm already there.
Yes.
I have to physically catch up.
Your physical has to catch up.
Exactly.
My bills are paid for the next 10 years.
Exactly. Like seriously, I got a $10 million check written to myself.
Bruh, I love that.
I already wrote it.
It's just a matter of when you're able to cash it.
Exactly.
It will happen.
Definitely. I got it.
The bills are paid for the next 10 years.
Ashe.
That car note is paid.
Ashe.
Nah, but we have to think like that.
Definitely.
But I feel like as human beings, we all go through those moments where we do this. We go up and down with
Believe
it.
it or not, I don't.
You stay level at. Was it always been like that for you?
No, I was a firecracker one time.
Okay, so how did that transition for you to get to where you're like pretty level all the time?
Because from 5 a.m. to about 11 a.m., I don't deal with nobody but myself.
Okay.
Now, if I have a significant other, obviously they're gonna get a piece, PEAC, of me.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I don't even talk to my mother. Because I need that time. So when I get to churches and the little girl got a bad attitude, I can say, why didn't you just stay at home today? Why you want to talk like that?
Yeah.
I don't want to eat that food if you got a bad attitude. I don't want to let that energy enter my body. Because believe it or not, that's an energy transfer. So I work on myself first before I reach for my phone. It may look like I'm waking up grabbing it, but trust me, I've been up 2 or 3 hours focusing on me before I even roll over and say good morning.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even say good morning because I don't morning because everything is good.
Yeah.
I just say good day, hello today.
Yeah.
How are you? Greetings are proper. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like how we start today definitely sets the tone for the entire day.
Definitely.
I've gotten to the habit of now where I wake up and I don't grab my phone first thing. And then there's oftentimes hours throughout the day I don't look at it.
Right.
Like someone texted me yesterday around 1. I didn't look back at my phone because I got 2 phones, obviously. You know what I'm saying? We got the personal and the business phone.
Pimp phone.
Yeah, the pimp. Along with the pimp cup.
Right.
It took me hours to get back to them, and I wasn't necessarily doing you got to have that time for yourself.
Have that time for yourself.
Yeah.
You got to have that time for yourself, definitely. Because people were texting me after the festival because when I got there, it was so chaotic. It didn't happen the way that I thought it would be from the years past. Like, it's different now. Everything is digital. So I supposed to have passes for people, but we had to put the actual pass on our arm, and they were scanning us every time we walked through if we were in an Android world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not answering a phone on show day. People know that. You have to talk to Courtney, my assistant, because she has the logistics. She's gonna move, she's gonna get everybody in so I can relax and do my thing. But I had so many text messages, oh, that's messed up. You didn't call me. You guys know for years that I don't answer my phone. I didn't reply to nobody. I'm gonna hit everybody back today because I needed yesterday, the whole day, to decompress and watch the Falcons lose again.
Some doggone Falcons. What's going on? What's really going on? But you said the exact word, you have to decompress.
Right.
After you have a day like the one music fest where there's so much going on,
Right.
so many people around you, so many different energies,
Right.
not knowing how the next set's gonna go, like there's
Right.
so much going on. you do need an entire day the very next day to decompress from that.
And they don't understand that it's not just that day.
It's like
A whole week. We had rehearsals.
Yeah.
But leading up to that, I had other interviews. You know what I'm saying? But I say the best for last.
I know that's
How
right.
about that?
You better believe it, because he is the industry's most wanted.
Yeah.
But you are absolutely right, and don't ever. Not that you do, but we have to be unapologetic about that stuff.
Right.
If someone gets mad because I don't respond right away, that's a them problem. That's a you problem.
Right.
Because I deal with that on social media. People will DM me while I'm here in the middle of
Interviews, right.
And then they'll be like, come back with all these question marks like I'm ignoring them. I said, am I supposed to stop mid-interview to respond to you?
And the way that I do it, like if you don't greet me, you just send me an advertisement or you just bust out talking, you're going to be left on red.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
like if
so
you don't
big
say,
on that.
If you don't say something, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm human. How do you know I'm having a good day today?
Bruh.
You know what I mean?
That grinds my gears.
Right.
If you don't greet me,
Hello,
how you doing? How you been? Something,
a sup or something.
A sup or a yo or something.
Yeah.
To me,
I don't even like yo.
I don't really either. Because someone said to me a yo and I wrote back, what's good? You know what I'm saying? Because it's just common courtesy.
Right, definitely.
If you trying to get my attention, you trying to work with me, greet me like I'm a human being.
Right.
You know, like
we can't use that regular situation in a high altitude position. You have to make sure that you stand as a giant. Not saying you looking down on people, but you got to carry it. Even if you have nothing,
yes,
it got to look the part.
Man, that is a big fact ever. I hope you and shade, but no shade, but I'm gonna throw a little shade. It's a lot of the younger generation.
Right.
Typically when people come to me and they're closer to like our age bracket, I don't deal with that.
Right.
But these 21-year-olds be the ones who have no manners, no common courtesy, and like you said, I'll just leave them on red.
Right.
If you can't even properly greet me, I already know you're gonna be a problem to deal with.
Right.
So how long was the idea for the Eternal series in the works?
For a very long time. But I was so stagnant in my own life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I couldn't receive that blessing. God couldn't bless a dirty vessel. I had to go to the depths of hell, knock on the door, sleep on the front porch of Satan's house, and look inside. And I said, no, I don't want to go in there. I don't like the menu. Feed me the word of God. So I rung the doorbell and ran like we used to.
Ding dong ditch.
You know what I'm talking about? I ran. I got out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I've been there. Excuse me. I've been to the bottom. I've seen detriment. I've didn't sleep under them, but I've stayed under bridges. You know what I'm saying? I've drank liquor by the fifths and smoked cigarettes by the pack, trying to escape my reality. But God kept knocking on my door saying, your reality is becoming your actuality because I got a message for you. Even my health deteriorated, but I didn't move away from here. You know what I'm saying? People said I was on drugs. They said I had specific diseases. No, I didn't. I was psychologically out of it. I was being pulled from my old self.
Yeah.
I'm a born again human being now. Now I'm being human.
Do you feel like right now Backbone is in the best season of his life?
Well, yes, I am.
Yeah.
I can definitely say I am because I'm psychologically and mentally there.
Yeah.
I still, like I say, still shadow box with other ill-gotten ways.
Yeah.
I still have my mortal moments. But when I sit back and reflect, I'm like, man, I can't keep doing this because the universe is sparing me. I don't have major health issues, but I'm not eating the best. I'm not putting the right things in my body, but I'm still ticking at a certain manner. So that means I have to give that gift back. I have to make an offering and a sacrifice at some point because we all living in the Christ consciousness.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So if he was the example, we also have to be the example to make that sacrifice, to make that offering and give back to yourself internally.
Yes, because we're seeing too many people at a young age lose their life due to health issues.
Right.
Because what we did in our 20s and 30s start catching up to us in our 50s.
Right.
You know, like I went through a bout at the end of 2023 where I started having a lot of digestive issues. And it was the worst period of my life because I was sick a lot.
Right.
You know, like physically sick. And it took me a while, but I had to reevaluate the stuff I was putting in my body.
Right.
and, you know, exercising more.
Yeah, I watched your journey.
Cause boy, let me tell you something. It ain't like it was in the 20s where you could drink all night and bounce back and stay slim. And it doesn't work like that no more. Our bodies start slowing down.
Right.
And we got to treat it right.
The only reason I knew I could take off running, I was at my homeboy mechanic shop. He got a dog. I didn't see the dog. So I stepped back there to do my natural thing. You know what I'm saying? and as soon as I stepped out from behind the building, this dog was coming at me. Man, I took off running. I said, I didn't even know I still had it in me. You know what I'm saying? Still got a little, it might be 5.5 speed, but I was able to get out of there. And wasn't nothing hurting when I got back around the corner. You know
that adrenaline kicked in.
Yes.
So that was probably the first time that you ran full speed in a minute.
Yes, it was.
I don't know the last time I ran full speed. I ain't gonna lie. I walk a lot. I go on walks and stuff.
Right.
And I'll try to jog, but just like, it's the body just be hurting. Them joints be hurting.
Right.
So I'm
you gotta get into you gotta know you go get you some stretch therapy. You know what I mean?
No.
Like I'm guilty of not doing it.
Yes.
But we have to at some point start to move around because I don't want to be sluggish when I'm 150 years old.
Correct.
You know what I'm
because
saying?
we are going to live to be that age.
Definitely. I got 100 more, plenty more. I'm eternal. Hence the reason I named the album Eternal.
Absolutely. So the album, the series actually will walk people through your entire journey.
Right. And continue on. Like, you know what I mean? Same way Nas did with his King disease trilogy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what we have to do as legacy acts. Once we get a message, we have to stick to it and make sure that that's it. Now, I'm going to create other things around it.
Yes.
But that series will be the main character in my stage of elevation.
Have you thought about perhaps maybe doing a documentary around the series of the project?
Definitely. Even before Beyonce did her thing with the visual album, that's what I had in mind to do with this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And before Kanye was doing that run of 7-song EPs, I had that vision to do it like this. And then we were going to give you a 4-part wax where you unfold I ain't gonna give my idea away.
Yeah, don't give it away because they're gonna come second.
Yeah, I'm all tight with that. But it's a series definitely. But yes, I had it. I mean, I have it all laid out. So it's all about me building a team. Like when I started this team in 2017, there was only one young lady with me. We fought, we grind. Now we have other people like Star, who came aboard and is now helping us. We have people like Blonde Jew, who produced the new album. We have people like Mr. Marvin Arrington, who on the legal side. Excuse me. We have Josh McCormick. You know, we have, sorry about that. We have a bunch of people that have come on board to assist in the mission, and it keeps growing. You know what I'm saying? Every day.
Every single day, and that's important. You got to have the right people around you.
Definitely. And they got to be assassins. They got to be, because I'm a vicious assassin. I keep a bow and arrow.
Listen, I know that's right. And in today's world, we have to be.
Yeah.
It's like.
But do it with a smile.
Do it with a smile. Jeez, because it's cutthroat out there, boy.
Yeah, definitely.
So you've really helped, Backbone has really helped shape the sound of Southern hip hop.
Thank you.
Very safe to say that, you know. What does it mean to you to see that type of influence still alive and, you know, running through these younger artists, you know, the influence that yourself and the other members of the Dungeon family have put on, not Atlanta only, but like you said, hip hop and beyond? Well,
it's not just necessarily from the younger generation, because my peers also tell me I get accolades from T.I., from Ludacris, from Sean Paul of the Young Bloods. Like, they tell me all the time, I had no idea these things were transpiring. You know what I mean? I was just coming up in the class with them.
Yeah.
But some of them have even admitted, I copied off your paper in school. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think I was the smartest kid in the classroom. But I did set the precedent because even though it sonically didn't sound like the first trap music album, now we had gangsters like Ghetto Mafia, the Hard Boys, and Damaged, and those type of people. We had gangster rappers that spoke about the trap.
Yeah.
But Concrete Law was the first album to go head to toe trap. I'm gonna give it to you straight, gram for gram, partner. You see it on the plate. Like that, I'm talking about diming an illegal substance up into $10 entities to serve to a community. And when speaking on that, I felt like I wasn't gonna get the blessing until I universally paid back every dollar that I took from the universe. So I said I had to be broke because I had to repay the universe.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because in hindsight, you knew it wasn't right.
Right. So now it's coming back. You know what I'm saying? The money coming back now because I paid that immortal debt. Yeah.
That is, I love that you're speaking on that because I feel like we all know right from wrong.
Definitely.
But oftentimes it takes us more into our adulthood, a little more seasoned to apply that.
Right.
Because we've all done stuff we know is not right.
Right.
So then, like, basically we got to pay our debts.
Right.
And it'll come back full circle the way it is for you right now.
Definitely. So that's why they say sometimes men wait to a certain age to want to get married to certain things. Yeah. One reason is because we're not taught that. That image was severed a long time ago. Because at one point, yes, I did say, oh man, please, I'm gonna be old in the rocking chair smoking weed somewhere by myself. That ain't where I'm at. But it didn't start in my 50s. I started changing my ways in my early 30s when I said, you know what? I don't want to keep cheating.
Yes.
Because the more I cheat, the more lies I got to tell. The more liquor I got to buy. You know what I'm saying? I got to spend unnecessary money for a moment of pleasure when I have a rock solid foundation here at home. You know what I'm saying? So I started focusing on myself so I could be a better person. Ultimately, it didn't work out. So that's when I started, separate myself. I no longer chased the flesh.
Yeah.
I focused on one entity. And when I got involved with people, it became overwhelming to them because obviously they had never seen that. They have always loved out of chaos. But when I didn't bring that chaotic moment, because I don't too much argue, I got to be really triggered to say something bad. But I try to move peacefully.
Yeah.
I can take accountability if I'm wrong. Okay, my bad. I did say that out of character. Let me think. Even when I get escalated, I say, stop. Your tone, my tone, is overbearing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I can take accountability. I'm thinking that inside, again, because I work on myself from 5 to 11 in the morning. That's where I find that balance. I wake up and I do this. I separate the good from the bad. Believe it or not, you can feel that energy. Once you do this, you can feel it. You can actually feel it. That's what you call Reiki. You know what I'm saying? The power of the hand.
That is, you're really putting some people on game.
Definitely.
Because there's a lot of people lost out here.
Definitely.
They are lost and they can find their way back.
Definitely.
It's just a matter of, like you said, taking that accountability. That's where a lot of people lack, but it comes with maturity and growth.
Emotional maturity, definitely.
Yes, absolutely. So you said it was into your 30s before things started switching. Right. When did it completely make that turnaround for you?
Well, it still hasn't because there's room for improvement every day.
I got you.
I'm still triggered every now and then, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'm not afraid to tell somebody when they're not reflecting the best of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's my opinion, but if I can see what you can't see, you don't even see yourself when you look in the mirror. That's a reverse image of you. Even if you look at your shirt and it say, we ain't gonna, get nobody no shameless plug, but whatever your shirt say, you looking in that mirror, it's backwards.
Backwards, yeah.
So obviously your left eye is your right eye. So you're not even looking at yourself. You're looking at the cross universal image. Only another person can see you. They shouldn't judge you. But if they see character flaws, and we know that you have a great spiritual essence, I could praise you in a sense because you too are a God. You're not the God, but you have a God essence.
Right.
So I can, pray for those attributes. I can only give you the word, and I would hope you would do the same for me, because I know where I lack, I have to find strength in another human. And I'm not just talking about in relationships. This is friendships of any kind. If we truly rocking with each other, tell me when I'm wrong. Just like the other week, I was having a conversation. I was a bit agitated, and the dude said, "Oh, don't curse at me." I said, "Yeah, absolutely right. Let me calm down. But this isn't right." So we were able to work it out. Because I found peace. We didn't do our thing. Now, I tell people all the time, I don't tote no guns. For what? Because when you tote one, You anticipating attracting that energy. That don't mean you won't get yourself touched now. This ain't nothing to play with. Trust him.
Don't get it twisted.
No, this ain't nothing to play with. Cause one call, that's all. And we ain't talking about Mr. Guy, that lawyer guy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna get out of there. Cause I can verbally say, you know what, I apologize. You're right in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And that's what they haven't heard, Tampa.
I feel like it takes the bigger person to walk away.
Definitely.
It's quick and easy to pull out a gun and shoot someone.
Right.
And then what? Now their life is potentially gone if they pass. Right. Your life is definitely gone if they pass because, you know, you've affected so many people. It's so much more, to me, it takes a bigger person to just turn around and walk away and say, you know what, you got this.
Right. You won.
You won. You got this, but we live to see another day.
But spell one backwards. Now.
Yeah.
Now what?
Yes.
God has returned.
Yes. Wow, I never thought about it from that perspective.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
So let's pop your ish real quick, because you've definitely earned some beautiful accolades. You've earned Grammy and RIAA certifications. How does that type of recognition like that, you know, feel after years and years of building literally from the ground up?
Well, you know, didn't know I was gonna one day be a part of a 5 mic album, which was a Quimini. You know, back in our day, you know, getting 5 mics was something big.
Yeah.
So when we saw that rating, I was like, wow, I must have really did my part too. And then it won Rap Album of the Year, where everybody who owned the album gets a Grammy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or a Grammy certificate, you know what I'm saying? And then, boom, they repeated it with Stankonia. Got Album of the Year. I'm like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? This is huge.
Yes.
And then, you know, of course, you know, the certifications come from, you know, the sales of the records, you know what I'm saying? Being a part of all those big Outkast records and Goody Mob records, and myself and Witch Dr. Cool Breeze, and of course Big Rube, Mr. DJ, Sheets. Being a part of it, you know what I'm saying, was totally unexpected, because all we want to do is impress our peers from our specific neighborhoods. But then when we started to glorify in the realm of music greatness, it became like, wow, when CeeLo got Rap of the Month in the Source magazine, you know how important that was back in the day? When he got that Rap of the Month for Get Up, Get Out, we were like, oh man, we looked at that book in the dungeon like it was the Bible. Yeah. We looked at that verse, we pinned it on the wall. You know
yes, which we did, yeah.
We picked, you know what I'm saying? We were happy about that. And then when we saw Dre them on Rap City, we were like, oh my God, this is huge. I remember I was at, because I went to school at Alabama A&M in Huntsville, Alabama. Shout out to Hill. I was in the student center looking at Rap City. All of a sudden, I see Rico, Dre, Big, a couple more cats from the dungeon. I said, I know this ain't who I think it is on Rap City. I jumped up that day and never returned to college.
I know that's right.
I went home, but I had to go back.
Yeah.
I went home. I was staying in the dungeon. My mama gave me oh Lord, Mom, I'm sorry. She gave me a tuition check, but it was blank. I wrote it to myself.
Oh my goodness.
And I stayed at the dungeon for months. So when I went home, I had on rhinestones, herringbone necklaces, the Olympic Jordans with the 9 on the back. And I went home and lied and told her I was a rapper. She said, you gonna wrap your butt back up to the Alabama A&M. So I went back. That's how I missed Watch for the Hook. Because she made me go back to college, and I wasn't able to come home. But then when I decided to totally quit and didn't lie to her no more, I said, Mom, I'm really uncomfortable. She said, well, what you gonna do? Because she gave me 6 months after I graduated to figure it out.
Yeah.
She said, I'll let you do what you want to do. You gonna work or go to school. But by January, if you ain't made up a good decision, you going to school. So she sent me to school. Boom, long story short, I came home again after I told her I was done with it. That's when I was staying at the dungeon, because I knew Rico for the time I graduated high school anyway.
Yeah.
But I was staying at the dungeon, and I got on that first Goody Mob record. It went gold. And I took that plaque home. I said, I told you I was a rapper. So I spoke it again into fruition.
Yes, you did.
Yes,
Prime
I did.
example.
I did.
Man, I love your journey.
Thank you.
I love the history of everything that you guys have done for the culture. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like right now in 2025, with a lot of the artists that are coming out, they're missing opportunities because they're not coming together and working together? Because you guys had a movement. Right. There were so many people involved that people may not know about, whether they were on the forefront or behind the scenes of the Dungeon family.
Right.
And that's what made you guys so powerful, because so many people were able to come together. You know, you may have had your differences here and there, but at the end of the day, you worked through it.
Right.
Today, they don't do that. They're bickering. They're online, on social media, yelling and arguing with each other.
And taking it to the streets. Yep.
Do you feel like that's what's holding a lot of these artists back, as they can't get their pride out the way and actually come together as a unit?
Right. That's what's holding them back immortally. But that's what the opposition want. They want the violence. They want that.
Yeah.
What makes their job easy. You know what I'm saying? No shade to, the guys who were involved in those situations. I'm glad y'all were able to make it out of it. You know what I'm saying? But don't play into it. You know what I mean? Create. This is not a genre of destruction. We're building here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say it all the time. It's sad to say. A lot of these young brothers are getting unalived because they can't. The universe won't allow them to grow up and be fathers of ignorance.
Right.
The universe can't have another generation. We're already in the fifth dimension of thinking. We're past the age of believing. We're in the age of Aquarius, the age of knowing now. You understand? So the fact that the universe has to stand corrected. The earth must return to its purest form. The trash got to be taken out. That's what it was with COVID.
I was just about to say COVID was a prime example of that. It wiped a lot of people out.
Right. But it took good people as well.
It did.
Rest in peace to all those innocent, beautiful lives. But it was by design.
Yeah.
But it was due to natural causes.
It's like a cleansing.
Right. Definitely. But it's still been out here.
Yes.
But they just made it aware. You know what I'm saying? But subconsciously, I never took the vaccination.
Me neither.
I never took any of that stuff. I just always told myself, I'm not sick. And speaking of which, I haven't had a cold since I was 20-something. I hadn't even had the flu.
Yeah.
My nose barely runs or anything because I tell myself, I am not sick. And I don't and won't get sick.
Bro, that is super important.
Definitely.
Because every now and again you might wake up and you might not feel your best.
Right.
Don't tell yourself that.
Right.
Tell yourself how great you feel.
Right.
Because what we speak, again, will manifest. If we keep telling ourselves, man, I can't get this weight off. Well, guess what? You're never going to get that weight off because you keep telling yourself that.
Right.
Same thing. You have to every day, man, I feel amazing. I feel great. Even if you don't necessarily feel your best, you got to put it out there to the world that you do.
Definitely.
How do you balance like honoring your legacy while pushing into like this new creative direction that you're in?
Well, it's all attached. It's all best friends. You know what I'm saying? So you have to stand on what you did. I would give a perfect example. What's our homegirl name? What's her name? I know that's my girl too. I'm blank right now. But anyway,
we're just getting up there, you know.
Yeah. But anyway, she said something very important one time. She said, the music I make now, I knew I had to be a part of something different and create something different because I didn't want to perpetuate that mindset for future generations.
Yes.
So I definitely stand on concrete law. Eternal is the child of that. Eternal law will always be the father of whatever I do, because people always want me to do concrete law over again. I could post my new single collection plate and they'll say, Mr. 5 Do 4 Trey, you still bucking? No, I'm not. I'm peaceful, I'm calm. I'm passing the collection plate. You know what I'm saying? And I make people aware when they overlook me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I saw a girl post something about the One Music Fest. She got everybody up there but me. They tag everybody but me. Not knowing I'm the backbone of the whole essence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm the backbone of the whole entity. How you gonna skip me? Do your history. If you love the Dungeon family so much, do your history. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just 6 member deep. It's deeper than 6.
Man, you are absolutely right. I feel like a lot of people do not take the time to do their homework and to learn the history, especially if you are from this city.
Right.
If you are from Atlanta and you love music, or even if you don't love music, you got to know the history of how it all started.
Definitely.
You know, I feel like people are going to shoot themselves in the foot by not doing that.
Right.
You know, and it's slick, slightly disrespectful too. Let's be honest, you know, and quick example, we just had Versus, Cash Money and No Limit.
Right.
And as I'm watching it, I noticed a lot of people in the audience were very young. Not to say they can't be there in attendance, but I feel like they should have been the ones at home watching it because they don't know none of that music.
Right.
The crowd was not really hyped up like that because people who are 21, 22 don't know
songs older than
they don't know them songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know, y'all should have respectfully stayed home and let, you know, some of the middle-aged people come and fill up the audience.
Right.
You know, so it's like, yeah, learn your history.
Right.
Understand, you know, because especially if you're doing music now.
Right.
'Cause pay homage to the people that came before you.
Right. And before we leave that topic, I always give a shout out to the guys that came before us because they always say we crunk it up, but we actually didn't. We got to give a shout out to Mojo, the Hard Boys, even Kilo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Sammy Sam and all those guys that built the foundation. We were just one that came and put the mustard on the whole sandwich. You know what I'm saying? It made it tasteful where the rest of the world could digest it. You know what I'm saying? We were just the ones that took it to TV. Even the Oomp Camp. You got to give a shout out to Big for being the first independent. You know what I'm saying? That muscled his way in here. And I remember him in high school. He graduated the year before me. So to watch him build his empire was huge to me. You know what I'm saying? I watched him first. You know what I'm saying? Before that was a Dungeon family. And what people don't know, Oomp in that second Dungeon, Oomp grew up in the house down the street from the second Dungeon, which also Hank Aaron lived on that street. So that street was very powerful. You know what I'm saying?
It is such a blessing and an honor for you to have been a part of such rich history.
Definitely.
Not too many people can say that.
Definitely.
You know, like I didn't grow up here, but I was always in tune with Atlanta. Like I said, as soon as I was old enough to travel on my own, we was at Freaknik, baby.
Yeah, Bobby.
Man,
baby.
it was such a great time to be alive. What do you want people to take away from your story and your music after all these years?
Well, I don't want them to take nothing. I want them to keep it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I want them to keep it with them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The moral messages, the physicality. Because even when I played this new album, the order in which y'all are going to hear it is the reverse order. I went home after a night of partying. I had already listened to the album several times, front to back. So I said, let me play it backwards. But this particular time, I played it backwards. And it gave me a different energetic feeling. I got goosebumps. I stood up and said, wow. I hear the universe telling me this is it.
That's the order.
Yes, this is it. All 13 songs.
So you've actually switched the playlist then.
Right. I switched it backwards. I play it backwards.
You have to do what feels right for you.
Definitely.
Absolutely. What's next for Backbone? We'll say both personally and like creatively as an artist.
Yeah, definitely. Personally, you know, looking to get more on the business side. I need to be something that will take me outside of music, something that I'm still passionate about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm finding that these fish fries I'm doing, they're attracting attention.
Yeah.
They, you know, I got to learn how to plan better. I got to understand the arenas and the venues that I'm having these things at. You see what I'm saying? That's going to attract you guys to come out to the Fat Face Fish Fries. You know what I'm saying? The name is already attractive. The flyers are beautiful. Shout out my girl Star for creating all those flyers. You know what I mean? Because she's a beast. But definitely, man, it's attracting people. So not just that. I'm going to do restaurants. You know what I'm saying? So my son, when he step out of prison, shout out Big Dog, when he step out of prison, he'll have something to come home to. You know what I'm saying? So he don't have to go back out here looking for, you know, other things and other ways to make or depend on nobody else. So that's the personal side. Musically, I'm definitely building. Like I say, can't nobody but Young Dro out rap me. So they better be ready in this city. You understand? Y'all make it, say some fancy word. I ain't talking about nobody specifically. But I'm just saying, can't nobody but Young Dro get me. And he better be at work the day I come to work.
Dro is a beast.
Definitely.
He is definitely one of the dopest artists ever. And I feel like he, in my humble opinion, I don't feel like he ever got his full love.
He getting it now.
He getting it now.
Because you know why? He stepped into his right mind. He stepped into his sobriety.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I respect you, Young Dro. I ain't just challenging you now. But on the flip side, I do respect the fact that he's doing that because that's what I'm working towards. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I remember me and him hanging out and hole in the wall till the sun come up. And we'll look at each other and say, nah, you know what I'm saying? And we know what it is. You know what I'm saying? He got my back, I got here till we get to the car. You know what I'm saying? But I like the clear mindset he's in. I respect it. And all my other guys who have gotten sober over the years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm working towards it. You know what I'm saying? So that's my mission. That's why I say that about Young Dro.
Absolutely. And it makes a difference when you're in your...
Right, man.
I stopped drinking in 2017, and I feel like it was the best decision I ever made.
Congratulations.
I've been sober for many years now because it was getting to the point where it's like I would depend on it to have a good time.
Right.
And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Right.
It's toxic to my body. I got to stop doing it. And if you do it every now and again, that's cool. You just have to do it in moderation with like anything else.
Well, before you go.
Okay.
Do it in progression.
Right.
Don't be moderate about it. You got to be progressively seeking that change.
No, you're right.
You know what I'm saying? Even though I go in the store, Signs from the Universe, a lot of times I go in the store and my brand, I only drink one brand. I ain't finna get them no plug. But it don't be there.
That's a sign from the universe.
Right. So if I go to another store looking for it, that means I'm becoming dependent. So if they don't have it, I'm like, okay, I'm at that point now. But I used to would drive somewhere else to get it.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? But if it ain't there, cool.
Wasn't meant to be.
Right.
I've said that too. There'll be times I'll go looking for something, whether it's a snack or something, and they're out of it. I'm like, that's just God telling me I didn't need that anyway.
Right.
Do you have any type of other shows or appearances or events coming up that we can anticipate to see you at?
Yeah, definitely. We're putting together a tour run to promote this single collection play.
Okay.
So, be looking out for us. We're gonna work our moves, use our relationships that we've built over the years, and make a few visits around, to other states and see what we got. Shake hand, kid babies, and hug baby mamas. That's what we're gonna be doing.
Have you ever attended or been to the Atlanta Turkey Classic that they do every year? It's the Atlanta Turkey Classic / the Georgia Spartans game where they give back to people in need. People can come get turkeys and foods. And so I've been doing the media at that for the last 3 years. Okay. And, it's a beautiful event. The commissioner's usually there. So, maybe that might be something, it's a beautiful cause. So, I'll give you the information. You're interested. I'll be out there doing the interviews and stuff. Maybe we could see you in attendance for something like that.
Okay. Just let my people know. We'll put it together. Definitely.
One more thing I want to ask you. What advice would you give to the next wave of Atlanta artists?
Know the business. Don't let your homeboy just be up there jumping around, because when you hit and he ain't got nothing to do, when you hit, he gonna hate because he ain't got nothing to do. That's your money. Tell him to learn marketing, promotions, management, media. You know what I mean? All the other things that come along, publishing, all the security. Even if he is just your hitter.
Yeah.
Give him a full-time job as such so he can be legal. You know what I'm saying? Clean up his record. Help him. You know what I'm saying? Give these people jobs. You know what I'm saying? So they don't just be around you. Now, I never did make that mistake because I moved solo. You know what I'm saying? But I can see it. When people, like when we just saw Future. 1,000 people just following him to get on the stage. What y'all gonna do?
Right.
Help the man promote. He finna make millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just want to hang around and get the party, the free bottles and stuff. No. Find your way in this industry. That's why I respect LeBron's business structure. Them same 5 guys he played basketball with, he put them on. He still run with them guys from high school. So he wouldn't have to give them nothing. He put them in position.
Man, you just broke that down so beautifully, because people complain about that. Oh, they just hang around me because they want this and that. And that. Well, put them in a position to get their own money, or don't hang around them.
Right. That's what Rico did for us.
Yes.
We was at the dungeon, and Miss Wade was like, well, he can't just be hanging out now. Do he rap? What do he do, Rico?
Right.
Nah, he can't just, I don't like him. You know what I'm saying? I rock with Backbone. He'll go play my numbers for me. You know what I'm saying? He'll walk to the store. I'll go play her numbers for her. You know what I'm saying? I was the only one, with all that old hustle stuff. You know what I'm saying? So she liked me for a minute, for a long time.
Yeah.
Rather, you know what I'm saying? But put him to work, man. Make sure, because shout out Rico again, man. He taught us the business. He sent us to publishing classes. That's why we don't have conflicts over money from them records. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no conflict, because every month I get mine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I remember when I got the chance to interview Rico, I asked him, I said, what are some things that, like, steps that artists absolutely cannot skip on the come up? And he said their promo and their marketing.
Right.
A lot of artists don't even know what that means.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you guys wouldn't be where you're at if you weren't promo and marketing what you did over all the years.
Right.
That hasn't changed at all. Don't be out here trying to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
Definitely. So Collection Plate is out.
Right.
Anybody who plays music, DJs, radio personalities, TikTokers, go run it up.
Right.
Go run it up.
Definitely.
Is there a visual in the works for it?
Yes, it definitely is. We my media team is working on, what you call it,
The treatment?
not the treatment, the video where they show the words.
Oh, like a lyric video.
I went blank. Yeah, lyric video. They're working on lyric videos, AI situations. We have a short film.
Okay.
Leading up to it, and but because it's not a major entity, all of it can't hit at the one time.
Right.
So we got to walk it in. You know what I'm saying? Like, the actual song is the birth of something brand new.
Yes.
So we got to rock that baby until it begins to crawl. Oh, it got to sit up first.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Once it sit up, then it can crawl. It can start moving. But then once it start moving, it start walking. And once it walks, it's going to run. You know what I'm saying? Then ultimately get on a plane. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we're going to take off. We got to go slow. We're going to come, though.
Absolutely.
Oh, it's already here. My bad.
You're nurturing it.
Yeah, definitely.
Anything else that Backbone has in the works coming up that we did not talk about that the world needs to know about before we give out your social media?
Well, we're about to reinvent this merch. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I meant to bring you one, but because of the rain,
I know.
it slipped my mind.
So
but I
terrible.
can mail it to you. I can get it to you.
Okay.
Though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I'm definitely going. Get that merch revamped and. Like I said, deal with those businesses, work with them the same way I work with the music, and keep building my surroundings, keep emphasizing good character, you know what I'm saying? Even though sometimes I am out of character, but for the main thing, remain focused, remain beautiful, and keep smiling. Definitely.
We're all human beings.
Definitely.
We all get out of character sometimes.
Woo.
We just got to give ourselves some grace.
That's right.
And others too.
I already know. Definitely.
Backbone, where can people follow you on your socials?
Well, usually I just tell people to call me, 404-692-2096. Just call me and we can have conversations as long as it makes sense. But on social media, Instagram, I'm at Backbone Dungeon Family FF100. TikTok is Backbone_Dungeon_Family. I'm in and out of Facebook only because they want me, my team want me to do all that promotion, man. But Facebook, all of it really. I don't like none of it really, but at this point I have to. But ultimately, I'm gonna move away from it and let somebody outsource that information. Because, like I say, I don't do no talking in no DMs. People ask me certain things in DM, and especially if it's leading toward flirtation, I definitely ain't finna answer that.
Heck no.
You don't know who you talking to. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I know we about to wrap things up shortly, I think. But I was talking to someone and they DM'd me. So at this, I spoke back, I was talking. So the young lady called me and said, "What's going on?" I said, "Man, why you talking crazy on social media?" She said, "Huh?" I said, "What? Why you talking crazy?" she was talking real nice. I'm talking about some good stuff. I'm like, wait a minute. She ain't never said nothing like this to me. We always just send funny memes. Come to find out her boyfriend had hacked her page.
Bruh, that's just so corny.
Because he saw me liking her pictures and my name, Backbone Dungeon Family, stands out. So he was inferior. Men, get secure. If you got a good one, man, focus on it.
Man.
Because it's hard out here, Jack.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, man.
Boy, that's corny.
Very much so.
I do have one more question for you if you don't mind.
Yes, ma'am. I'm here.
Okay. Being a part of the Dungeon family, obviously, like we said, everybody knows the Dungeon family. How important was it for you, or is it for you, to also stand on your own and people know Backbone and not always relate you to just the Dungeon family?
Right. That's why I'm so adamant about it. That's why I'm so adamant about it, because I seem to get overlooked, but they stare me right in the face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I say all the time, it's hard to look God in the face. You know what I'm saying? Because I know I'm the best. I am the bottom of the totem pole that's holding everything up. Yes, you have those with big accolades. Congratulations. You understand? But without the rest of us, you wouldn't have gotten the best of them.
You're the foundation.
You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Part of it.
Yeah.
I can't take total credit, but I'm definitely there and stood strong. Because like my homeboy Pee-wee, shout out Pee-wee, said, we were actually the A&Rs for those guys when we were at college out of town, advocating, telling people that, yo, there's some kids about to come out of Atlanta, about to change music forever. The New York guy like, man, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. Boom. Who going in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Outkast.
One from the East Coast, Tribe Called Quest have gone. West Coast, NWA has gone.
Yes.
Now the South got something to say.
I know that's right. I know that's right. Absolutely. Who do you want to give thanks to? And I know the list may be long, but take your time. Who do you want to give thanks to that's really just been there supporting through your entire journey, just showing you love?
Definitely. The universe divine, first and foremost.
Yeah.
Shout out Rico Wade, who's already up there working in the music department in heaven. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Mama Wade for up there cooking. Because without them two, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. I wouldn't be the Dungeon family's own backbone without that trio. You know what I'm saying? My mother for definitely, doing her thing and being solid and allowing me to make a decision to come this way, you know what I'm saying? And not force her life on me, you know what I'm saying? And, and all those who stay solid, man, who just, without question, even when I'm up, when I'm down, people that they can hear my name being spoken in a certain way and they'll defend me even when I'm not there. So, like you said, it's too many to name, but y'all know who you are, you know what I mean? And I know the ones who ain't really solid, you know what I'm saying? Because I can see through a brick wall. Trust and believe that.
I know that's right. I know that's right. One last question. Where are we at, Backbone?
Industries.
Yeah.
Most wanted.
Tell everybody what makes Backbone the industry's most wanted.
Because I am the purest MC of all times. Definitely.
Thank you for being here today. This was a much needed conversation.
Thank you, definitely. We had to catch up. It's been a minute, almost 10, 15 years.
It's been a long time, so thank you for being here. It's an honor to always be in your presence. So definitely the one and only Backbone, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
We out of here, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.
A lot of classic Karachi, flashy paparazzi. I ain't fucking with you niggas, neo-Nazi. I hustle different, the motherfuckers is not me. Pardon the monotony.